As I got into the research, what light went on soon after, really its source is my own theological background. What I saw more and more, the light became sharper, was Gnosticism, that we're saved by our ideas, that salvation is merely an enlightenment. And with that goes a kind of elitism that sets you up with this special secret knowledge, which makes you set apart and set above the body people who are the common people. And they are looked down upon. And because for them, their ideology is a kind of derived from a spirit world that is beyond those, beyond the capability of simple people to have. And there's a dualism of that, where immediately, because of this utopian vision, it's unattainable, and someone has to be blamed, and there is conflict. And then a door opens to Marxism, to communism, to conflict, the dialectical materialism, thesis, antithesis, synthesis, and you begin to see that what we're dealing with has its roots in classic Marxist thought.
And one of the things that I think I bring out in the film too, is that when you treat abstract ideas as your core notion, your core goal, then you think of other people as abstractions instead of real persons with their problems. We'll take a look at a clip about one of Saul Alinsky's key books. He has 2 books on organizing, and especially one is Rules for Radicals. Let's take a look at this clip.
In 1971, Saul Alinsky married his 3rd wife, Irene McInnes. On that same year, he published his final and most influential book, Rules for Radicals. On his dedication page, Alinsky wrote,
"Lest we forget at least an over-the-shoulder acknowledgement of the very first radical, who rebelled against the establishment and did it so effectively that he at least won his own kingdom, Lucifer."
When he's looking at Lucifer and calling him he's the first radical, he's not radical. He's a creation of God. And he's an angel, but a fallen angel. And his work is not successful.
In a review by The Nation, Alinsky was called the country's leading hellraiser. He opens the first chapter of his book with a statement of purpose for his community organizing that directly aligns himself with Karl Marx's diabolical conflict theory.
The life of man upon earth is warfare.
He then connects the purpose of his book with the atheistic utopianism of Fabian socialist George Bernard Shaw.
What follows is for those who want to change the world from what it is to what they believe it should be.
Finally, he connects the book's purpose with The Prince by Italian Renaissance philosopher Niccolò Machiavelli.
The Prince was written by Machiavelli for the haves on how to hold power. Rules for Radicals was written for the have-nots on how to take it away.
Machiavelli tells us, a wise ruler cannot and should not keep his word. When doing so is to his disadvantage. Since men are wicked and will not keep faith with you, you need not keep faith with them. But it is essential to know how to conceal how crafty one is, to know how to be a clever counterfeit and hypocrite.